More shit your father should have told you.
Manual labor time.
I hate my life. Right now, my brake pads and rotors are. So I'm gonna show you guys how to change them. So if you ever want to save yourself a couple $100 and do them yourself, you can. First off, we gotta figure out whether you need to change your brake pads, your rotors, or both. If you press on your brakes and you hear this, it means you need to change your brake pad. But if when you press the brakes, your steering wheel starts to shake and your whole car starts to vibrate like crazy, it means you need to change your rotors. If you change your brakes, you don't necessarily have to change your rotors, but if you change your rotors, you have to change your brakes. Before you ever do work on any of the components of your brakes, you want to let the car sit and cool down for like 3 to 5 hours because your brakes get hot as. Now what you want to do is loosen up all the lug nuts on your tire. God damn. If the lug nuts don't want to loosen, you can use this little handy trick. You don't want to take the lug nuts all the way off, you just want to loosen them up a little bit so they're easier to unscrew whenever the car's jacked up. Now that we got those all loosened up, we're gonna go ahead and jack the car off. Up. Now fully remove the lug nuts and tire. After the rim is off, get in the car and turn the wheel so that red caliper is sticking outward. Just makes it easier to work on. This little pin, don't lose it. Now I'm going to use the screwdriver to pop this pin out. Next part, you need this little special tool. Its scientific name for it is a pushy thingy. It's a little expensive, but it don't matter because we're going to return this shit when we're done anyway. Shimmy it in between the 2 brake pads, and you're going to start clamping. And what that's going to do is spread the brake pads apart, and they should both just slide right out. Make sure you spread them far enough where these little pistons get pushed back into the caliper. This is called the caliper, so you want to go ahead and go behind it, and you're going to remove this bolt and this bolt right here because this is what holds it into place. Once you get the caliper off, this little cord right here is your brake line, and it's very important. You don't want to pull on it, so you just want to kind of find somewhere you can rest it where it's not going to, break or snap. At this point, your rotor should just pop off, but sometimes it gets rusted and it gets stuck in here. So what you're going to do is get a bolt. I think it's like an 8mm bolt, and you're going to stick it in this little hole and start screwing it in. Oh, there we go. From this point on, you're literally just going to reassemble everything you just did. Quick hack, the rotor is not going to stay in place. It's going to want to kind of push forward on the bottom. So just take one of your lug nuts and just screw it on to kind of hold it in place. It's time to put the brake pads back in. One of the brake pads is going to have this little metal thingy. You want to put that on the inside and it should slide right into place. Straighten out your tires, remove the lug nut, reattach your rim. The very last thing you're going to do is get in the car, pump the brakes 3 or 4 times. That's going to reignite the pistons so that your car can actually, stop. This part's so satisfying. And now you have brand new brake pads and rotors and dirty hands. I need a